Hello, this is Confusing. Welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TMNT Black, White and Green issue number 2. And yeah, I wish I could say I can give like a little review of the part of it, but I can't because I read this one a few days ago and I forgot the majority of it. So yeah, I think this was a good issue. I'm not too sure. So yeah, let's get into this one. Okay, so for the first story, it's done by Gavin Smith, right, the whole thing. And this one's called Buddy, I think it's Buddy Count, I think it's called. This one was a pretty decent one for the most part. I mean, it's Gavin Smith's artwork. What more could you not want? And it was just so amazing to see it throughout the whole thing. And I think that this story in particular could be one which I do think people could have mistaken for like the IW universe, just because Gavin Smith didn't really change the designs of the characters all too much, which I think is great because, you know, they are really great designs, but at the same time I do think that people could get a little bit confused on that bit there. And throughout this whole issue we do get to see Mikey and Casey meeting up, teaming up, and then going off to fight the Viper Gang, stopping mutant snakes, and then returning the snakes to the owners. And I thought it was a pretty decent story overall. And then also, like, for the actual, like, uses of green, I was quite surprised by that, with it, like, using green quite heavily throughout the whole issue, which I was very surprised at. I mean, I was somewhat expecting for, like, the turtles, the snakes maybe, and stuff like that, but I wasn't really expecting it to be used as much as they did use it, like, really, like, the canisters of ooze and stuff like that. And it does look like a lot of green, but, yeah. I mean, overall, I feel like this was a really great story, except for one thing, and that was snakes. I hate snakes, and I thought Gavin Smith was a nice person, and yet he included snakes. I mean, why? There was so many other variety of different animals he could choose, and he chose snakes. Just why? That's all I got to say about it. I wish I could say that it's a much better story than it is, but because of snakes, I just can't, and yeah, so it was a pretty decent story except for the snakes parts, so yeah. Okay, so then going into the next story, which is If by Feast or by Famine. Now this story we do get to see Mikey, he ordered a pizza, and we do get to see that Baxterman, he got involved, and then yeah, and then it just turns out that Mark Splinter was the one who was eating it because he got a bit hungry and it was his birthday. Yeah, so I mean, overall for this one, I thought it was like a fun, like a little story. There wasn't really too much to this one which I can really talk about, just because it was just a fun type of mystery, which I did quite enjoy. I did definitely miss these kind of stories which the Tales had done before, and I also feel like they was very creative with the jokes, the actual stuff which they're doing in the stories. And this one was no different. It was just a really fun story, just yeah, it's just a really fun story, just a really good mystery as well. And cause I was somewhat surprised by the reveal, but at the same time it's like, huh, okay, yeah. And it makes sense. It's just weird, but again, it was just a fun little simple story which I can't complain all too much. So then for the Green Doji, so for this one we do get to see that these, I want to say, government agency people, they took on this little statue kind of thing, and then the Shredders after it, it's all big fine, all that, and April uses it, and she just tells them to dance, and they do, and yeah, there's not really too much to it, so yeah, it's just kind of like one of those kind of things. But yeah, we do get to see him at the end want to order pizza as well, so it was again another fun little simple story. Just towards getting an artifact and find Foot Clan, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this one. It did give me a little bit of vibes from the whole story of the All Her Thieves stuff with the statue and magical powers and stuff like that. And even the statue itself, it did give me a little bit of Future Toy kind of vibes, which was quite nice. And also April being a reporter again, that's kind of cool. I do feel like this one was I'd say that this one was more inspired by the 87 story, or the 87 universe, just because of the designs for the turtles, not to mention Bebop, Rocksteady, April being a reporter and stuff like that. But overall I thought this one was a pretty decent story, and also with the uses of green, only on the turtles and on the doji thing, I thought, again, it's pretty decent, and also nice to see that, the green isn't being used the same on all the stories, which was quite good to see. So then for the final one, which was a lot more weirder one, so this one was called Deadly Delivery. We do get April, she's reporting about a new delivery thing, and this one involves Pizza Face. He's attacking people who are ordering the food, so he tells to get involved and fight him, and yeah, there's not really so much to it because Pizza Face gets blown up. So yeah, it was. I mean, I won't lie, I don't like Pizza Face because of the whole episode of Pizza Face in the 2012 show. So seeing it here, I didn't really have too high hopes, and I'd say for, like, after reading it, I wasn't really too happy about reading it. It's just kind of like one of those ones that's just like, yeah, it's okay, like another like fun little story, but because I just don't care about the Pizza Face stuff all too much, it was kind of a little bit boring. But yeah, I mean, overall for this issue, I feel like this one wasn't as good as the first issue. I do feel like the first issue had a lot more like fun stories, a little bit more of a variety and stuff like that. Because in fact, this one had like stuff with, you know, pizza delivery and stuff like that. I feel like some of the stories did feel a little bit samey in quite a few ways, and I do feel. I don't know, just because I do feel like the people didn't have too much contact to know like what stories were people were doing, so I don't think they could really help it all too much. But some of the stories do feel quite a lot the same. I think Gavin Smith's one is the only one that does feel the most different out of all of them, except for the fact that his one has snakes, so you know. So yeah, but all the other stories, for like what they were, I'd just say for them being like simple, fun little stories, I thought they were pretty decent and okay. There wasn't really too much to them, but like I said, I do feel like some of these ones were a bit too samey in a way, which I do think was a little bit disappointing, because after reading like the last issue with like quite a variety of different stories with told in different dimensions, fighting demons, you name it, it was happening, and all that kind of stuff, and then going into this one where it was a lot the same, it was a little bit disappointing. So I don't know if I am looking forward to the rest of this series. I mean, we've only got like 2 more issues, and well, that's like 8 stories, so I think I will hold on to this series for quite a while, just because, you know, there's not too much left. But I do hope that in the next issue we do get a bit more variety than what we did in this issue. But other than that, I do feel like this issue was disappointingly okay. I wish I could say a bit more nicer things about it, but with the whole snakes things, yikes, and then just everything about it been quite a bit same. I just wish there was a bit more variety, and that's the disappointing thing about this one, because this series is one which I really want to like, because it just sounds so fun and interesting, and then you get like 3 stories which are practically the same. Yeah. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this issue? Do you like it? Do you not? And, yeah. That's good for today, guys. If you don't, please share. Let's just grab all stuff. Goodbye. Yo. Bye.